to take the guys to Japan is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime kind of deal for these guys. And the fun part about it is we really have a senior group. We're going to take 3 seniors, guys that have made big contributions to the program, and to go and enjoy it with them is going to be really fun. It's going to be a great way to kick off the season. All of them have had a lot of success this summer, so just going to go over there and see what happens. We're only going to be here for a day before the team takes off, so I haven't seen them play golf in a few months, so it'll be interesting to see where they're at, but it'll be fun. The success they've had has been really good. To win the tournaments that we did, the Oregon Amateur, the Pacific Coast Amateur, to have Nick Sherwood playing in the U.S. Open, if nothing else, it's going to give the guys a lot of they're going to feel good about themselves, I hope, when they get to campus here tomorrow. It's really exciting. I think all 3 of those guys that played well, and even Matt Routzer, he was in the playoff and lost Pacific Coast Amateur, they're coming to campus feeling like we've got something to prove. We can compete with the best. So it's exciting time, and hopefully I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And because we do have 3 seniors, a lot of guys on the team have had a lot of experience, I'm just going to try and stay out of their way and help the young guys get better and make contributions to the team. Nick Sherwood, everybody kind of knows Nick, and he, from his time in the U.S. Open, his game has really progressed since I've been here. It's been good. It's been fun to watch. He works hard. He really wants to do well. More than anybody, he knows what it means to bleed black and orange, and he loves Oregon State. And that's a huge thing for our program and our team, is to have somebody like that on our team. Matt Routzer is another senior. He really did a great job at the end of the year. I think he finally started to feel comfortable here in new surroundings, new roommates, new school, all that kind of stuff. And he had a good summer. At the Pacific Coast Amateur played well, and I really think that he's going to do some great things for this team, and he's going to be one of the guys leading us in a lot of the tournaments. And the same as with Nick Cianello. I think the same thing. It was, 2 guys coming here for their first time, transfers, just getting used to myself as a coach, getting used to their teammates, getting used to the new surroundings. And then all of a sudden in the spring, they started to feel more comfortable. They knew that they were one of the top 5 guys, and they started playing well. So I expect much of the same thing right from the get-go from those 2 guys. David Fink will be an integral part in our success this year. More than anything, though, I think he's going to be a guy that's going to rally the guys at home. He's been a guy that's played team sports his whole life. Most people don't know it, but he had the chance to play college volleyball if he wanted to. So he has a real team mentality, and he wants to help everybody else around him get better. So he is going to be a huge part in our success at home and helping us build the chemistry we want moving forward. So we have 3 freshmen, and then Brian Jung, who redshirted. I can't say the name Brian Jung without smiling. The guy is a great teammate. He loves his team. He works hard. He does good in the classroom. And he was disappointed with what happened last year and having to redshirt, but he has played really well this summer. I think his highest score in our tournament was 75. If we can get that kind of play out of Brian Jung, I think he can do some special things for this team. And I've been kind of feeling that way since last spring. You could kind of see that his game was turning around, and just getting comfortable. You don't know how freshmen are going to adjust. Some guys are like, it doesn't even faze them. And then for Brian, his family lives halfway around the world. So it was an adjustment period for him. But I think he is going to be somebody that's going to do a lot of really good things for this team. As for the other 3 freshmen, like just with Brian, you don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully they can learn from Nick and Matt, and those 3 guys can help pull them along and help them understand what it's going to take to compete at the highest level. The great part for them is I hope they're going to show up not feeling much pressure, because we're not looking to those 3 guys to be stars on the team immediately. We're looking for them to come, get better, work hard, and then contribute to the team when they can. So hopefully that'll allow them to kind of be more themselves and not have to worry about stepping on campus and feeling like they got to go shoot in the 60s every time they tee it up, because that's just not the case. We need the older guys to do that. The tournament schedule that we've put together for the fall is pretty strong. It's really strong. We have the Pac-12 preview at Pumpkin Ridge at Witch Hollow. We go to UCLA, Cordoval. The guys are going to see some serious competition, and we're going to know where we're at. And it'll be nice to get over to Japan, and Baylor will be in Japan. And Baylor was a team that was in the top 30 last year, and they're a good team. And so it'll be good to see where we're at. I just want those guys to come to campus and compete like crazy. We need to maybe play with a little more urgency, I think. I've kind of talked to the team about that already via some email, and just show that we got something to prove. For us to get to the next level, at the end of regionals last year, when I was looking like we probably weren't going to make it the last few holes, I started jotting some notes down about what I thought this team needed for us to get to the NCAA championship. And one thing I thought we needed was experience. And not just experience in college golf, but experience in big amateur events and have success and be under pressure and perform under pressure and know what it feels like and how you excel in that moment when your body feels different. And interestingly enough, I told the guys that right after, like literally within 10 minutes after we found out we weren't going to nationals at Stanford off the 9th green. And a week later, I don't know, maybe it was 2 weeks later, Nick Sherwood qualifies for the U.S. Open. From that, Nick Cianello, David Fink, Matt Rautzer, Nick Sherwood, they all play in the Sahalee Players Championship. Then Fink, Sherwood, Rautzer, Cianello, they all play good Pacific Coast Amateur. So I think it was kind of crazy how it happened where I said, look, you guys need to get into these tournaments and do what you can to be in the top and feel that pressure. And then all of a sudden it kind of started with Sherwood qualifying for the U.S. Open, and then the guys got invited to the Sahalee, to the Pacific Coast Amateur. So I think our guys probably played the most aggressive schedule in the summer that we've played since I've been here for sure. So I'm hoping that experience will carry over to our college season. Since coming to Oregon State, I think this team has the chance to do some special things. I think it started at regionals last year. I know we didn't make it, but there was just a chemistry with the team that I think has carried over throughout the summer. I know when I've talked to the guys when they're at tournaments, they're all hanging out together. They're all doing things together off the course, and that's the team what we want to have, where they're together as one and they understand what it means to represent our university and play for Oregon State golf. And so I think that's going to carry over to this year, and that's why Tim and I are really excited to get the season started.